The single biggest threat in cybersecurity today isn't some super complex virus or a crazy zero-day exploit. No, it's something far more fundamental, and it's aimed directly at you. So let's break down the world of phishing and social engineering.
So let me ask you something. When you think about a major hack, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably some shadowy figure typing away at lines of glowing green code, right? Sophisticated software? Well, what if I told you that the biggest vulnerability, the most common point of failure, isn't technical at all?
That's right. It's us, the human mind. See, the most effective attackers out there today, they're not just hacking computers, they're hacking people. They figured out a long time ago that it's just way easier to trick someone into handing over the keys than it is to try and break down a reinforced digital door.
And this gets us to the core idea of social engineering. Seriously, forget what you see in the movies. This isn't about code, it's all about psychology. It's literally the art of manipulating people to compromise their own security. An attacker can use urgency, fear, or even simple curiosity to waltz right past the strongest technical defenses you can imagine.
And the number one weapon in their arsenal? Phishing. It's all about those deceptive emails, text messages, and fake websites that are designed to lure you into just handing over sensitive info like your login credentials or your bank details. Think of it this way. Social engineering is the strategy, and phishing is the weapon they use to execute it.
So, how big of a deal is this, really? Well, the scale of the phishing threat is just staggering. And the financial fallout? We're talking billions.
Okay, get a load of this number. 90%. That is the percentage of all cyber attacks that begin with one simple phishing attempt. That makes it the front door for nearly every other major digital threat out there.
And this really puts it into perspective. That huge bar on the left, that's phishing. Everything else, all the other ways hackers can get in, is crammed into that tiny little 10% on the right. So here's the kicker. Huge threats like ransomware almost always start with just one person clicking one bad link. And the cost can be absolutely astronomical. A few years back, some hackers sent fake invoices to Google and Facebook, pretending to be a legitimate company they worked with. Before anyone even caught on, the two tech giants had paid out over $100 million. All of it from a really well-crafted email scam. Okay, so how do they actually pull this off? Let's get into the weeds and break down the mechanics of a typical phishing attack and look at the exact weaknesses they're designed to hit.
Attackers are always looking for weaknesses in three main areas. They'll look for technical holes, like bad email filtering. They'll look for organizational gaps, like a total lack of security training. But their main target, the one they rely on the most, is always human vulnerability.
You have to understand, these attackers are masters of psychological pressure. They know how to exploit our natural tendency to trust, our curiosity, and especially our fear. They'll create this false sense of panic with messages like, "Your account will be closed in 24 hours," or "Suspicious activity detected." It's all designed to make you panic and click before you have a chance to think.
And the process itself is brutally simple. It starts with that fake email that gets you to click a malicious link. You then land on a login page that looks totally legit, you enter your username and password, and it's game over. This exact four-step method, by the way, was used in the 2016 DNC hack. A single fake password reset email caused a historic data breach.
All right, so that's the problem. It's big, it's scary, and it's everywhere. But the good news is, you are not powerless here, not by a long shot. So let's talk about building a powerful defense.
First up, let's talk technology. There's some seriously powerful tools out there. Now, email filters and browser add-ons are great, but the single most important thing you can do is enable multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Just turn it on everywhere. Think of it like a second lock on your digital door that needs a special key only you have, usually a code sent to your phone. Even if a hacker steals your password, they can't get in. It is, without a doubt, the most effective technical defense there is.
But look, technology isn't enough. You have to become a human firewall. And this is all about building habits of healthy skepticism. Always, and I mean always, check the sender's full email address. Is it spelled right? Before you click any link, just hover your mouse over it and look at the actual web address that pops up. And treat any unexpected request for a password or a code as an immediate red flag.
And finally, this isn't just on you as an individual. Organizations have a huge part to play. It's all about creating a security-first culture. That means doing regular training that actually simulates phishing attacks so people learn to spot the fakes. It means having a simple, no-blame way for employees to report suspicious stuff. And for finance teams, it means requiring multiple people to sign off on any big money transfer. That alone can stop a CEO scam cold.
Now, just as our defenses get better, the attackers get smarter. This threat is not standing still, so let's take a quick look at what's coming next.
First, attackers are making it personal with something called spear phishing. So, unlike a generic scam that gets blasted out to millions, this is a custom-made attack. The hacker actually researches you online, your job, your colleagues, maybe your recent projects from LinkedIn, and they use that info to craft a message that feels incredibly legitimate and urgent, just for you.
Now, take that same targeted approach and aim it right at the top of the food chain. That's called whaling. Here, attackers go after the big fish, the CEO, the CFO. The goal isn't just to steal a password. It's to impersonate that executive and trick someone in the finance department into making a massive, unauthorized wire transfer. The stakes here are incredibly high.
And finally, the attackers are blending the digital and physical worlds with phishing, which is just QR code phishing. You see a QR code on a parking meter or a poster, you scan it with your phone and boom, instead of getting a restaurant menu, you're sent to a malicious site designed to steal your data. It's a pretty clever way to bypass email filters completely.
And really, this just brings it all home. It's not about the code, it's about exploiting our basic human nature. Understanding that one single principle is the absolute first and most important step to protecting yourself and your company.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. You might have the best antivirus software, the strongest passwords, the whole shebang, but all of that can be undone with a single emotional reaction, a single moment of misplaced trust. Your digital security might be strong, but how strong is your human firewall?